Today I am at the tiny black A-frame cabin. It is a custom-built 250 square foot cabin, so definitely a tiny A-frame. There's also a sister property to the OG, I'll call it, or the original black A-frame. I toured that property about a year ago. They're quite famous on Instagram and they're booked up pretty solid. I'll also soon be touring their other new sister property, the Lakeview A-frame, which is not too far from here. All three of these cabins are owned by the same couple. They definitely love their black A-frames. Last but not least, I'll also mention the location of this cabin is top notch. I am standing literally 5 feet away as I speak to you from the edge of a lake. It's a great view to wake up to in the morning, and I'll definitely be coming back when it's a little warmer out to enjoy more of the lake. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time now to go and start the tour at the tiny black A-frame cabin. To start the tour, we'll park our car and walk down this path to the tiny black A-frame. And here she is. I turned on all of the exterior lights. I also had a fire going on inside of the cabin. As you can see all of the smoke coming out. It just all creates the perfect cozy cabin vibe. If we go to the other side of the property, you do have a nice fire pit and 2 chairs. Do not ask me how, but I still managed to somehow start a fire despite the entire fire pit being covered in snow. You do have a nice chunk of land out here though, again with direct access to the lake and some nice privacy. This would be really enjoyable in the warmer months. To begin to round out the exterior, I'm going to zoom out a bit with the drone to give a bird's eye view of the lake. And this is called Lake Jefferson. It's pretty sizable. I think it looks really beautiful, all covered head to toe with snow. We're also located right on the outskirts of the town of Jeffersonville, New York. I'm now gonna run up these stairs to get a bit closer to the cabin. This will take us to your outdoor deck space. Pretty chilly out, but you do have a nice picnic table and a grill. Now that will do it for everything on the exterior. So now I'm gonna open up the main front door and come inside to check out the interior of your tiny A-frame cabin. Again, we have about 250 square feet of interior space. We're looking now into the main area. I will get to the bathroom and the loft a bit later. But as we pan from left to right, you can see more into the sitting area and the kitchen on the far right. But before we go any further, I of course need to get a fire going. We actually have a ton of fire starting supplies, everything from lighters to fire starters to a ton of firewood. None of this stuff was mine, and we are now good to go. Our fire is now really burning. It adds a ton of ambiance to this room. I think I could easily spend the rest of winter in this space. I just love the simplicity of the wood and how it compares to the other darker colored materials throughout. I also had to make myself a nice cup of tea after a long day of shooting. Next up, we will switch to the other side of this main room, which contains your lovely sitting area. On top of this table, you have some bathroom amenities like some shampoo, conditioner, and a ton of towels. If you get a bit closer now, you do have a nice comfy blue couch. You can very easily fit 2 people fully stretched out. I was getting some work done during my stay. But now I just want to say a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one solution to build a beautiful online presence for your small business, professional portfolio, or even Airbnb property. I've actually been a loyal Squarespace customer for the past 3 years with my current website. Check back in a few weeks because I'll be updating it to more reflect my YouTube channel. Squarespace offers its members a bunch of incredibly helpful features. Some of my favorites are their portfolios and galleries feature, where I can show off all of my agency clients and my beautiful travel and cabin photos. Squarespace also gives you the ability to create some very eye-catching blog posts, like this one I did from a hotel in Dubai. Last but not least, I am a huge data nerd personally, so I love the fact that Squarespace has very in-depth analytics. So no matter where you are in the world right now, if you're in Mexico City, like I am right now, or you're in a tiny A-frame cabin in upstate New York, head to squarespace.com/MikeWillTravel to save 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. Now, back to the tour. Still in the sitting area, this is your point of view shot. I mean, just look at this incredible setup. I'll also briefly mention right next to your couch, you do have a nice bookcase here with some reading materials. This is definitely a place to come to disconnect and to enjoy your surroundings and good company. We'll now walk into this far corner and go past the fire to explore the last space in this main room. This is your kitchen. You have a nice dining table here with 2 stools. Also, the house manual and a thank you card and 2 juice cocktails are on top of the table. Further into the kitchen, you'll notice your fridge and freezer there on the bottom left and a decent amount of countertop space. You have a slick black sink and a pretty fancy toaster oven there on the left, which I use to heat up my meal. Last but not least, you also have one of those hot water heaters for tea and a water filter. To finish up in the kitchen, if we pan more to the right, there is a ton of utensils and kitchen supplies. Even more can be found down below, like plates, pots, and pans, even a big 2-burner stovetop, and plenty of coffee and tea supplies. That's it for everything in the kitchen though, so now I'm going to open up this door to see what's in this other room. This takes us into the bathroom. The cabin is semi-off-grid and uses an incinerator toilet. On the opposite end, you have your shower. You have some great water pressure with one of those rain shower heads, and this is me standing inside, and I had plenty of space. After the bathroom, we're now going to face in the opposite direction towards all of the windows and the front door because it's time to go up this tall black ladder to see what's up in the loft. So the ladder is pretty steep, mind your step. You do have railings on both sides to help you. As we go up, you'll see all of the beautiful natural light streaming in and of course your A-frame angles. The loft contains the 1 bedroom in this cabin. I think this Airbnb is definitely mostly meant for a romantic couple's getaway. At the foot of this bed, you do also have 2 drawers. I think this is great use of space, and the host uses it to store some extra linens. This is me now being very weird, trying to give you some perspective on the size of this space. You do have these 2 nice lights on either side of the bed, and I guess I'm meditating now, and now I'm playing the drums, and okay, now I'm just passed out, but I think you get the point. To finish off our tour, you can wake up every morning to your huge and gorgeous A-frame windows. You have a straight shot looking directly out into the lake. Again, I think it'll look even better when it's a bit warmer out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon for another Airbnb tour.